This demo covers how users of the transaction management system can process cash, check and postal order transactions. Debit and credit card transaction processing are covered in the other demos. We're going to start by showing how we set up users with certain rights, locations and tills to process cash, check and postal order payments. We start by giving rights to users, so we go to the Edit User menu and select the user whose rights we want to edit. At the top here you'll see details of the user, and at the bottom of the page we can set up the rights the user has within the cash, check and postal order system. Multi-user means that this user will be able to cash up not only their own sessions but other users' sessions as well. Single user means they'd only be able to cash up their own sessions, and no access means they have no cash up rights at all. The checkup boxes below enables you to select which types of payments this user is allowed to take, and once you then select the update button, this user's rights and privileges are recorded in the database. In order to take cash, check and postal order payments, you need to first set up the locations and tills, which will be modeled throughout the system. This is done through the till and user setup menu. As you can see, there are already locations set up within the system, but we're going to create a new one, and we're going to call this new location Barrack. So we enter in the new location name, then select new location, and we now have a new location within which we can locate our till. So now we select our new location, and now we're going to add a new till to that, and we're going to call that till 1. We now select the new till button, and that new till will now appear under the location Barrack. Now selecting that till, I can now set up certain information about it. A single user till means that only one person can use it at a time. A multi-user till means that several people can use it at a time. So I'll set this up as a multi-user till. Then I'll add some notes about the till, and then for the till to be accessible, I need to turn the till onto live. This tick box will also enable me to turn the till off in the future if for whatever reason I want to stop using it. So next I submit the changes for that till, and now I want to add some users to it. So now I select from the list of users within the system the one I want to allocate to the use of this till. I then select add user to the till, and if I expand the tree view, I can now see the user has been added to that till. Next, I select as to whether this user is a multi-user and therefore able to cash up other people's sessions, or whether they're just a single user and only able to cash up their own session. And now submit the changes, and that means we have now set up a new location called Barrack within it, a till 1, and a new user to that till. I can now, if I choose, put in some location-based text which will appear on the printed receipts and emailed receipts that the payer gets, and that message will be dependent on the location that's processing this payment. Within this new location Barrack, I can of course set up as many tills as I wish and as many users as I wish for each till. If I now go to make a mediated payment, I will now see in the drop down menu that there are several tills that I am allowed to log on to, one of them being Barrack till 1. I now have the choice to log on to that till and process all types of payments: cash, check, postal order, credit and debit card, or I can select card payments only to process. Here I am choosing all payments, and because I am the first person to use this till, I'm invited to enter opening cash balance. Here I'm entering an amount of 0, but it could be £50 or £100 or whatever your opening float is for that till. Now I select the type of payment I want to process on behalf of the customer. I select mortgage. I enter in the reference number for the bill, the amount this person wishes to pay, and as they're choosing to pay by cash, I select the cash option as a payment type. I now select the continue button. It asks me then to confirm the amount I'm about to pay. Now if I select print receipt, we can see the details of the payment I just processed on behalf of my customer, and if we go to the bottom we can see the location dependent text I entered when we were setting up the till for this location. The reference number 49920 is a reference for this transaction, which we'll bear in mind or keep in mind when we're looking at other parts of the system. To see transactions happening within a till session, we select the till sessions menu. And as you can see by the top menu, we can drill down into sessions by the date the session was open, locations, users, and different statuses of each session. Till session can be in one of 4 types of state. There's new, where the session has yet to be opened for use. Open means the till is open and ready for use. Closing means that the till is in the process of closing, therefore no further transactions can be added to it. And close means the till is completely closed. If I drill down by location and go to the new location we set up, which was Barak, and I look at open sessions, of which there's one, and we can see here that it hasn't been closed yet because there's no closure ID. We can see the session ID, the session start date and time, till name, till location. We can see the till is live, that it's a multi-user till, the user, the starting balance of 0. If I then select this session, I can see a list of transactions for this session. And as you can see, these sessions are filtered by different payment types, and if I wish I could expand my selection to include credit and debit card payments as well. However, as we know, there's only going to be one transaction here, and that's the £40 mortgage transaction we put through earlier. Now, as during setup I gave myself permission to do so, I can, if I choose, cash up this session. However, there will be those who do not have access to the till sessions menu, because perhaps it contains information that you wouldn't want everybody or users to see. These other users will use the cash up till admin menu, and in there they'll only be able to see the locations for which they've been given permission to do so. So if I select the drop down menu, I see the locations I am allowed to see. I can see my location at the bottom there, Barak, and I select that. Now, because I have the rights of multi-user cash up, I could choose to cash up all tills within that location, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to choose to cash up my own till 1. Now, if I look at the users who are allowed to cash up this till, there's only one there. And now I'm selecting the cash up button. From here we see the summary information for that till session. We can see the start date and time of the session, who opened it, and the starting cash balance. On the right hand side here in grey we can see the expected balances, and on the left here is where we put in the actual balances. So I have £30 cash and I have no checks, and I have no postal orders. And when I try to cash up, you will see that the system tells me that there's an error. The system has automatically warned me that my closing cash balance doesn't match my expected closing balance. So now I want to recount my money and see if I need to make an adjustment. So I go to the adjustment page, and the field which is in error is highlighted for me. On selecting the check button, I can see that the amount in my closing balance is under by £10. So here I can select the transaction itself, and that will enable me to make an adjustment to the mortgage account, or I can choose to make an adjustment to unders and overs. Now, if you process lots of cash transactions during your session, you would have no way of knowing which transaction or transactions this £10 error applied to, so you'd have to make the adjustment in unders and overs. However, if the error was due to a transaction which was a check or postal order transaction, you could go through all of the checks and postal orders in your till and check them against the list of transactions that you have made, and then make an adjustment to the fund. So I enter in my adjustment amount of £10, select make an adjustment. I can also add some notes if I wish to, and as you can see, the adjustment I made is listed in the session details at the top. So now that I'm happy with that adjustment, I can now continue to cash up. And it tells me that I have successfully cashed up.